Whoa, it's a beautiful day to do the reactions. All right, check this out. In today's video, we have an entitled woman who feels like a man she just started talking to a few weeks ago, just communicating at this point, should roll out the red carpet for her on her birthday.
So my birthday was coming up. It's literally, this situation happened about like a month and a half ago. So I was talking to this guy. I met him on Instagram or whatever. We went on a couple dates, and then like everything was cool. We was going on dates, vibing, everything was vibed out. Once I started bringing up my birthday, everything went. I kid you not. So I'm not the type of girl that be like, okay, you got to trick on me. Like I want a Birkin bag and a Chanel bag and this, that, and the third, yada, yada. I'm not saying that. But you got to fall in when it comes to my birthday. You got to help do something. I shouldn't book my hair appointment, my nail appointment, my toes appointment, my lash appointment, my this appointment. I should not be doing that by myself. Especially if you trying to do the do with me, I shouldn't be, no. Spend the pay. Anyway, so I was at the mall. I was doing a bit of Christmas shopping and birthday shopping. You already know, like, when you get in the mall, you're like, oh my God, I spent so much money. And what do you want to do? You want to call your man and be like, oh my God, I spent so much money. And in the fairy tale land, he going to send you the bread that you just spent. In a fairy tale land.
See, here's the thing, bro. I got these good ears right here, bro. She said they went on a couple of dates. That's not her man. Why did she just say that's my man? And telling him he's spending all his money at the mall. He's not liable for that. Real talk, man. You know, some women are just unreasonable. Some women are reasonable. Like, a lot of women will not ask you for nothing in the talking phase, bro. I'm dead ass serious.
So I call him, I'm voicing how I feel. Man's not falling in. He's just like, dang, what else you gotta buy? That's crazy. Not falling in, not caring, not doing nothing. Meanwhile, I have already booked all my appointments for my birthday. He knew my birthday was coming up. I literally voiced that for him so many times. So I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt because it was very early. We had just started communicating or whatever, but I'm used to a certain type of treatment when it comes to certain things. So I voiced my opinion to him and he got immediately defensive. Like, I don't know who you think you is. I don't know nothing. That's how you know men be fanned out when they see all them Instagram followers or see them followers of the sort. Like, I never said that I was this top B word and I want a Chanel bag and a Birkin bag of the sort. No, like, fall in for my birthday. What is wrong with you? Like, you're not even why are you even by me if you what you doing me all day long while I'm swiping my own card? Like, why are you by me? And I'm not saying money is the all-time biggest thing in the world or you got to be spending so much bread, but there's no way a man should be sitting next to me or be okay with his woman spending all her money and complaining about spending all her money and he's not initiating or helping do nothing.
I'm picking up on a pattern of delusion, dog. Her man, bro, y'all, you literally just said y'all just started communicating. How is that your man already? Boy, hey, that's some delusional and entitlement shit right there, bro.
So we argue about that. We end up not talking for like a good 3 days. So I call him. I'm like, yeah, you still got that attitude, you know, trying to be a little toxic, whatever. Boom. I'm like, you still got that attitude? He like, no, I ain't got no attitude, water. And I'm like, okay, yeah, because you didn't have no reason to get no attitude again. So boom, we get into it again. But the conversation goes smoothly. He said, like, you know, you was right. I get what you're saying. But then he proceeds to say, yeah, I'm not going to attend anything that happens on your birthday because I want you to enjoy your birthday. What? How do you go from saying I was right and then say you're not going to attend anything for my birthday? Just say you don't want to feel obligated to have to spend no bread on the B-Day. Like, what in the absolute, like, what? So I get so thrown off. But he proceeds to say, like, yeah, but on Friday, like, I'm going to see you and take you out to get something to eat. Like, we can get something to eat. He's not saying it's for the birthday, for your birthday, get dressed up, get nice, nothing. He's not saying nothing. He just want to probably go down the street and get some chicken wings. What? So I'm just like, I'm confused at this point.
Real talk, I honestly believe everybody who's watching this video is confused because what is going on? I think you're missing details. You're leaving out important steps and shit that happened because last time I checked, women today are not even gonna put up with this dude if they just in the talking phase and they don't get what they want. So why are you still putting up with him? I think he clapped. I think he hit, bro. Real talk.
So Friday come around and he's like, where do you want to go get some something to eat? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, you know, Fridays to be a little packed, so make sure you make a reservation. He instantly get to saying like, oh, what, you don't want to be seen in publicly? What you mean it's gonna be packed? I said, no, I don't want to be seen in public with you. But I was joking. Like, I was literally joking. But eventually, I bring up the fact, like, shouldn't no man who not coming to none of my birthday stuff should be saying anything about wanted to be seen in public, because I have said that, I brought that up too. Like, and when you not coming to my birthday stuff, what, you don't want to be seeing with me in public or something? But I'm like literally joking, but he brought that up. So I'm just like, he like, I knew you was gonna bring that up. I knew you was gonna bring that up. And I'm just like, I mean, really clock the T. What we really talking about? So he brings that up, y'all. To speed it up, we going back and forth, bickering. I'm going in. He like, oh, you this, you weird, you this. I'm like, gee, now I'm cool. Like, I'm tired of giving people the benefit of the doubt, because no reason that I should be giving no benefit of no doubt at all. I'm just trying to be a good, kind person. You know, everybody ain't gotta be local scammer, big dog, woo woo woo. Like, I'm not, but you gonna do something. So we arguing, and it get hectic in the argument. Like, it gets so bad. I'm like, okay, little girl, like, you acting like a girl. I ain't got time for that. I sent another message, and the message didn't go through. This man done blocked me. He blocked me because he didn't want to spend no bread on my birthday. Then, so I used to send him like little TikToks on TikTok. So I go and I send my homegirl a TikTok. No, I go and I open the TikTok that she sent me on my app. And I see that it says like unknown user right underneath her name. I'm like, nigga, you went to the extent of blocking me via TikTok? You ever thought in your right medulla oblongata that I was going to ever reach out to somebody like you via TikTok? What?
Hey, what's that stuff Kevin Samuels used to be talking about? That sign language. Soon as they get mad, bro, they start insulting you, testing your manhood, shit testing and all that kind of stuff. That's wild. Did y'all see that President Biden had a meeting with the alien ambassador of Mars? Did y'all see that shit? Exactly. Ain't nobody saw that. Just like this shit ain't happening in real life. This is a made up story.
As a grown ass guy, don't come around me with all that sloppy drunk falling on the floor. What, you a bad bitch or something? You don't know how to take a couple shots and sit down somewhere? You got size 13 and your big ass on the ground kicking and laughing a kiki and all that. No, you cute falling. You a grown ass man on the ground falling. I will stick you. I will rob you. Follow this way if you want.
Hey, bro, I'm never gonna get sloppy drunk in public, man. I've gotten sloppy drunk at the crib, at a house party, or whatever the case is, but outside, I'm not doing it because too much can go wrong, especially for women, dog. Y'all get sloppy drunk, that's a SA waiting to happen. Real talk, dudes be looking for victims like that, bro. Real talk. But fellas, that's not masculine looking. Sloppy drunk, fuck no.
5 children.
Yeah.
What age are you?
I'm 27. Prior to me giving them up, I already had that thought in my head a year prior. I didn't have nobody to watch the kids. So when I reached out to the girl's dad, now mind you, I ain't thought about laying with this man. My daughter's about to be 3, about to be 3 in November. I don't want this man. So I call him, I'm like, can you help me? Can you watch the girls or whatever? He's like, oh, well, don't you got me on child support? Don't you got me on child support? No, yes, I do have him on, excuse me, I have hiccups. So, chronic hiccups is what I mean. But anyway, so when I put him on child support a year after my daughters was born, he didn't start paying until this year. So, and he was only required to pay $196 a month for both my daughters. And he's like, that's taking all my money. And then he's like, well, you're not getting anything outside of that. And it's like, he's like, if you take me off of child support, I could do more for them. And I'm like, nigga, I know for a fact that's a lie, because the whole year before I put you on child support, you didn't, no diapers, no wipes, no, not a damn thing. Even if you didn't provide any of that shit, you didn't even pick them up so I could go to work and, get all that shit. I could do it by my damn self if you watch them, So it's like, so I know you're lying and shit like that. But anyway, he proceeds to tell me shit that don't matter, is that he got another girl and she's pregnant. They about to have another baby. And it was just like, okay, so he's pretty much telling me that he's not going to, help me with my daughters because he's moved on. And I'm like, you can move on. That's fine. I don't want to be with you, but you still have daughters,
Hey, man, that's why you got to be careful when you're having kids, man. You don't know who these people be half the time. People today be getting pregnant by people they only knew for 2-3 weeks. And then what's even crazier, they got some niggas out here who will go get with a whole nother female and get her pregnant, take care of that child whole time the other children ain't being taken care of, man. The whole situation messed up. She chose bad and he down bad.
It's a real problem that's going on in America right now that ain't nobody really addressing.
I was in Nashville, Tennessee this past weekend. So while I was there, I noticed that they got beautiful homes in Nashville, like beautiful homes. So I'm an inquisitive person. So when I see that, I'm like, I wonder how much these homes cost. So I see how much the homes cost. Everyone I looked up, at least a million, 1.2, 1.3. And mind you, these homes, they around 4,000 square feet, probably like 4 bedrooms at most. All right, so if a 4-bedroom costs 1.2, 1.3, whatever, let me see like a smaller home, how much it costs. So I saw this other house, and it was only like 2,000 square feet. And I'm gonna pull up a picture so y'all can see it. And when I looked up the house was $570,000, right? But that's not the trip. That's not what I'm tripping on, right? So it's 570, cool. It's cool. It's 2024. So I'm like, let me see the price history. Like, how much was this house worth? How much did it sell for? Like within the last 10 years. So I looked it up. So that same house that's 570 in 2017, the house sold for $67,000. Yes, you heard me correctly. It went from $67,000 in 2017 to $570,000 in 2024. That's just a 7-year period. So I'm like, wait, hold up. This got to be some kind of anomaly, right? This can't be. This isn't normal. So I keep looking up houses that's in the same area as the house that I'm mentioning, and all of the houses around 2017, 2018, they were all around $100,000, and now they're all in the 550s and above. So I got to thinking, right? Because I'm like, this is something that's kind of going around like nationwide.
I'm not shocked at all, bro. Here in New Orleans, shit is crazy. I had opportunities to buy land in Pigeon Town, which is right next to Holly Grove, where Lil Wayne is from. I had opportunities to buy land for $2,500, and now that same land is worth $150,000, bro. But I was too stupid. I bought it for $25,000 and thought I was doing something when I flipped it for $10,000. I was like, oh shit, I quadrupled my money.
It's not like just in one city or select cities. This is like happening everywhere. Because I remember when I was purchasing my home, I went to go look at a beautiful house out here in Dallas. It was like 4,500 square feet, and it was $850,000. And when I was talking to the realtor, I was like, just out of curiosity, how much did this house cost in 2020? And I remember when I asked him, he started laughing. He was like, you don't want to know that it's gonna mess up your whole day. So I'm like, no, just tell me. He was like, all right. He was like, so in 2020, this house was 470. So it went from 470 to 850 in a matter of 4 years, and this was in Dallas. So this is like a nationwide thing that's going on, but it makes me think, like, how the hell are younger people that's millennials, or especially Generation Z, how the hell are they ever going to be able to afford a home? And this is important because, as we know, most people's wealth and net worth is tied into real estate and tied into their home. You know, most people biggest asset that they own is their home. So if this next generation or millennials, Generation Z, they never have a home that they own, they'll, especially most people. I'm not talking about it. There's some people that's gonna be able to figure it out, but most people will never be able to build wealth because they'll never have access to home ownership. And I looked it up. The average home price in America right now is around $500,000, and that the most common mortgage loan that people get is a fixed rate mortgage, right? A fixed rate mortgage, that's what like most of the country gets when they purchase a home, and the down payment for that is about 20%. So if the average home price is $500,000, right, and then the average down payment the average down payment is 20%. That means that the average person is going to need at least $100,000 in savings to put towards owning his home. But that's not it. Like, once you put down for the down payment, that's not all you got to pay. You still got to put money in escrow. You still got to do your inspection. You still got to pay closing costs. Like, all those things, it just doesn't stop at the down payment. So let's say,
hey, bro, let me put y'all on some game, dog. Just because you can get qualified for a certain mortgage doesn't mean you necessarily need to take it, because I got qualified for a $900,000 house, bro. This lady looked at me with a straight face and was like, yeah, man, you comfortable with paying like $6,000 a month? And I said, hell no. Why would I? No, I'll take a modest home. I don't need no stupid big house like that to impress nobody, bro. I ain't never gonna be able to sleep at night with a damn mortgage that high. I'm doing all right. I could afford it, but I don't want to. No.
With escrow, closing costs, and inspection, that's probably gonna be like another 15,000. Let's just say, to be safe on the general side, let's just say 15,000. So let's say on a $500,000 home, for the average mortgage, which what most Americans do, they're gonna need about $115,000 to put down to acquire this home. But the problem is, like, if you look up the statistics, they show like between 60 to 70% of people only have $1,000 or less in their bank account. So that makes you automatically think, especially as somebody like me, if it's gonna cost most people around $100,000 to get a $500,000 home, which is the average price of a home, but most people got $1,000 or less, how the hell are people gonna ever own homes? Let's say if you don't want to even use that loan process, let's say you want to use an FHA loan instead, right? So an FHA loan is a 3.5% you got to put down. So 3.5% on the same $500,000 property, that's 17.5. Now $17,500 is a lot better than 100. But like I said, you still got to put closing costs, escrow, inspections. So that's gonna run you around 30,000. But like I said, if the average, millennial, Gen Z, or whoever only got $1,000, you still got to come up with $30,000 to acquire this home. And how can you do that when the average salary nationwide is only like 47,000? So like, do the math, like on all these numbers I'm saying, right? Just do the math on that. If the average person make $47,000 annually, right? They got $1,000, around $1,000 in their savings in their bank account. They need to get the average home price is $500,000. They're gonna have to put down anywhere between $30,000 to $100,000. Unless you're somebody like me, I had the VA loan, and my house was much more than $500,000, and I didn't have to put down nowhere near $50,000, $40,000, none of that, because with the VA loan, there's no money down. But most people not veterans, so that don't apply to them. I'm just going off the most people's situations. So when I thought about all that and I ran those numbers, I came to the conclusion that most people, and millennials and Gen Zers, especially us, if you're a millennial or Gen Zer, most of us will never be able to own a home, especially if you're single. Because if you're single, it's just one income, obviously it's gonna be much more harder. And it made me think about this article that the World Economic Forum wrote years ago. And they talked about how they said in 2030, you will own nothing and be happy about it. And when this article came out, there were so many people saying, like, what the hell does that mean? Like, what do they mean by that? But when I thought about what I just saw this weekend, this is exactly what they were talking about. They knew that the way the economy is going, the way inflation, the way the cost of living increases, there's no way for the average person to become not even just a homeowner, an owner of anything. It's really mind-blowing to me, and I don't think really most people get it, especially people that's like 30 and under. They don't really get it yet because there's so many of us that just stuck on having fun, enjoying our lives and all that type of goofy shit. But it's like, yo, we really got to get serious and lock in, because this is really targeted at our generation for real.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, boys. Shit getting real in America, man. Inflation is through the roof. We got $36 trillion debt. It's looking bad. It's not looking good, man. The best thing you could do, really, for real, is try to increase every skill that you can, become more valuable in the workplace, and save your money and invest. That's the only way you're gonna come out on top, bro. Working a 9 to 5, and that's the only hustle you got, it ain't gonna work, partner.